is our national anthem. Let's go to Coeur d'Alene High School, and welcome to the big show. Thanks for coming. Please indulge me for a few minutes. It'll be hot in here. Check your accomplishments. This is by far one of the most outstanding academic classes and group of young men and women that we have had. If you read your literature, you'll know what I'm saying. I would like to introduce our valedictorians and salutatorians in the order in which they will address you. Beginning with valedictorian Courtney Coleman. Valedictorian Anna Kate Ambrose. Valedictorian Kyle Chambers. Valedictorian Adam Fisher. Valedictorian Jennifer Holstein. Valedictorian Brad Kleinyons. Valedictorian Anna McAllister. Valedictorian Lindsay Sackman. Valedictorian Andrew Taylor. Salutatorian Kira Thompson. Valedictorian Christina Wood. Valedictorian Emily Rowe. Valedictorian Alex Kyle. To begin the presentation, I introduce to you valedictorian Courtney Coleman.
Family, friends, faculty, staff, administrators, and members of the school board, I am honored to welcome you to the class of 1999's commencement exercises this evening. Believe it or not, the class of 1999 is not limited to the graduates that sit before me. All of you here today are part of the class of 1999. Each of you has helped us to shape our journey to this evening. Your achievement that has gone into being here today is to be commended and celebrated. The trek here has been arduous and extensive for most of us, and the fact that we are here today is an impressive accomplishment. Jack London said, "I would rather be ashes than dust. I would rather that spark should burn out in a brilliant blaze than it be stilled by dry rot. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in a magnificent glow, than a permanent sleepy planet. The proper function of man is to live, not exist. I shall not waste my days trying to prolong them. I shall use my time." Ladies and gentlemen, we have lived up to this creed. The memories and achievements that we have attained over the past years are evidence of this vivaciousness. Not a single Viking will forget the moment that Coeur d'Alene was deemed the winner in the fish in the first annual Fight for the Fish with Lake City High School. Each student will remember their first prom and the regret they suffered for ordering a garlic laced dinner. And who will forget the irrepressible Viking pride that seized the school with 7 state championships between 1998 and 1999. Defeat is as poignant as victory in our minds, though. But we have been taught by parents, teachers, and coaches alike to accept it with grace. Our education here has not only created us, but it reflects the spirit and lust for life that we have. Our primary reason for being here is academics, but to limit high school to book education is like reading a novel's first and last chapters and calling it sufficient. What we are taking from Coeur d'Alene High School is more than algebra and history. We have been securing a sense of self through the experiences, both positive and negative, that we have had. In procuring that sense of self, and in preparation for what lies beyond our lives in Coeur d'Alene, we have been molded into respectable young men and women, even though some said it was never to happen. We celebrate our diversity, We struggle to grasp all that life has to offer, and we look for challenge to prove the impossible possible. As the millennium draws to a close, we can readily view the progress that the human race has made. We have been a part of that progress with everything from securing human rights to furthering new technology. If you can imagine, the internet was scarcely heard of when we entered grade school. At the dawn of the 20th century, women were unable to be a part of the American democracy system. In fact, most women never construed the notion of pursuing education after high school. But I am proud to say that options beyond high school exist for all graduates, not just women. Years have been filled with recollections that you can connect to the person you are now and are to become. Some like to depict the high school graduate as a trembling individual gasping for breath in the overwhelming and obscure real world. But as I imagine the class of '99's graduate entering into the 21st century and the outside world, I picture a bold, confident individual that is armed with remarkable character and astuteness necessary for victorious placement in life. Academics that we have absorbed here are providing that armor that is enabling us to take the next leap into our future. But the person that is initiating that bound is the child of an education of experience. For 3 years, I studied the expression painted above the chalkboard in the band room that read, "What I am to be, I am now becoming." Education is fueling our journey to what we are to become, learning from both experience and scholarship. As said by CHS graduate Carrie Eggleston in a letter to the girls' cross-country team, remember that you must all work together to achieve the ultimate goal. Communicate, trust, and most of all, realize that you need each other.
I always thought we measured human progress by something more than our inventions, like how we treat one another. These are words of wisdom from General C.E.S. Wood. I urge everyone listening today to make strides, to take chances, and to progress in life, not so much with inventions or ideas, those will inevitably occur, but with relationships, with how you treat the person sitting next to you, with how you treat the people that live around you, and most importantly, with how you treat the person you disagree with. It is these relationships that will help us progress, and these relationships that matter most in the end. Class of '99, thanks a lot, you're awesome.
I'm Adam Fisher, and I have a poem by Shel Silverstein, and it is entitled No Difference. Small as a peanut, big as a giant, we're all the same size when we turn off the light. Rich as a sultan, poor as a mite, we're all worth the same when we turn off the light. Red, black, or orange, yellow or white, we all look the same when we turn off the light. So maybe the way to make everything right is for God just to reach out and turn off the light.
I'm Jennifer Holstein, and I have a short quote by Emily Bissell. Great thoughts speak only to the thoughtful mind, but great actions speak to all mankind. It is my hope that all of our actions will positively affect mankind.
Tonight, I have a short quote from Tim McGraw, but it applies to every single person in this room tonight. We all take different paths in life, but no matter where we go, we take a little of each other everywhere.
My quote is by B. Carol Reese. It follows, I would like to point out the origin of our personal duties. In a human sense, they become a moral obligation for us to leave the world a little better place than it was when we come into it. We assume this obligation out of respect and affection for those who before us, and in the interests of those who will live after us. Although making the world a better place is a very difficult achievement, the means by which it is accomplished is a very simple one. All it requires is that people become better people. All human affairs, even those that appear hopelessly complicated, revolve around individual people. There is not a large-scale magical method of making people better. Each person must do it for himself.
I would like to share a poem with you by Ralph Waldo Emerson. What is success? To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, that is to have succeeded.
I'm Andrew Taylor, and this is for all of you going to college or hitchhiking or hey, whatever. Going to college is a lot like carrying a destination sign while hitchhiking. Even though deep down inside it may not mean a thing, it's a convenient way of explaining to people what you're up to. Thanks, kids.
Love you put in the doing. It is not how much you give, but how much love you put in the giving. Live your life with all your heart. Love what you do. Life's short. Have fun with it.
Some years ago, a mother was carrying her baby over the hills of South Wales, but she never reached her destination alive. A blizzard overtook her, and a search party later found her frozen beneath the snow. The searchers were surprised to find that she did not have outer garments on, but soon discovered why. She had wrapped them around her baby. When they unwrapped the child, they found baby David Lloyd George alive and well. David Lloyd George grew up to become the Prime Minister of Great Britain during World War I and one of England's great statesmen. The vital contribution which he made to humanity was possible because his mother had given her life to save him. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for the sacrifices you made to give me the opportunity to succeed.
Well, there you have it, the deep thoughts for the class of 1999. I hope you can apply these wherever the next years take you. Before I start, Caitlin, I know you're watching this on TV, and I just want to say that we wish you could be here and we're sorry about your injury. When I sat down to write this speech, I realized what a year it has been. The impacts of this year will continue to be seen in many years to come. The president's impeachment, the trouble in Kosovo, and the tragedy in Littleton all lurk at the back of our minds, and I have the task of standing before you tonight to speak of the future. Well, I can't tell you what it holds, and I doubt anyone else can here either. But what I do know is that we don't want these events to reflect today's society and that of the future, which we will largely make up. Events such as these should be the exceptions, not the rule. So even though we're not sure what to expect, that doesn't mean we must walk blindly forward, unprepared and fearful. The past 12 years of our education, though I doubt many of us realized it at the time, have done much more than teach us math problems and dates in history. We've learned to think for ourselves, face problems, search for their solutions, and work together. Hopefully, we're ready to carry these skills over for survival in the real world. Our task is not simply to live the future, but to shape it. My job here tonight is to offer a challenge to our class. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you to go out alone and save the world. That would be unrealistic. But little change never hurt anything, and I do think it is possible for a generation of us to do just that. Tonight's humanitarian theme can help us bring about these changes. In recent years, apathy seems to prevail in the hearts of Americans, and self-indulgence has worked its way to the top of our priorities. Oftentimes, respect, enthusiasm, and generosity fall a distant second. As for this epidemic of apathy, everything is taken for granted, including education. When was the last time you got excited to drag yourself out of bed on a Monday morning to come to school and learn? Particularly second semester senior year. School has gone from an enjoyed privilege in the minds of American kids to a dreaded punishment. I say we need to get rid of this apathy and start caring about what is going on around us and giving everything all we can give, seizing every opportunity possible. You know, when we started writing these speeches, we were told that nobody here would really care what we had to say. We were told the seniors just wanted to get out of here and get on with their lives. Although probably true, not much longer, I promise, we still need to learn to live our lives in the now, not the future. Life isn't meant to be a race. The moment should be enjoyed, because if you're always looking forward, pretty soon you're not going to have much to look back to. If you don't take anything else from here tonight, just remember to enjoy life and be excited about it. Too much of our time is spent simply going through the motions. I urge you to care about the events and the people surrounding you, and to practice enthusiasm to the max. Next time you ask somebody how he's doing, pay attention to his answer. Self-indulgence has taken a front seat to the golden rule, a basic law which everyone should live by. Treat others as you would like to be treated. So, tonight, my challenge to you is this. As you are well aware, North Idaho has quite the reputation. As the class of 1999, we should take it on as our responsibility to change that reputation. Discrimination? Prejudice? I don't think so. Go out there in that big bad world and live the golden rule to the max. Treat others nicely, care about everyday life, and I'm pretty sure you'll like the results. And when people notice you living a life like this, make sure and tell them you're from a town called Coeur d'Alene in North Idaho. Because up here, we know what's going on. As we all go our separate ways and spread to different parts of the country, we will make impressions on many different people. And they will begin to see what we're really all about up here in Coeur d'Alene. The days of selfishness and apathy and declining values need to come to an end, yielding to generosity, passion, enthusiasm, and most of all, happiness. That, fellow students of the class of '99, is my challenge to you. I wish everyone luck as we begin this next era of our lives, and I hope we can all look back to our 4 years here as a positive and influential experience. Let's try not to get too emotional. I think we can leave that part to Mr. Casey. As I look into the crowd, I see the faces of over 200 of my classmates, ready to give the world all they've got. And believe me, we do have a lot to offer. You know, they say it's a big bad world out there, and our parents and teachers wonder if we're ready to face it. But if everyone accepts this challenge, maybe we can help the world not be so big and bad. I say, in response to our parents, teachers, is the world ready to face us? So go out there, live life to the fullest, and help everyone you meet believe in the golden rule once again. Big things could start in this little town we call Coeur d'Alene, and the class of 1999 is just the group to carry it out. Good luck.
Thank you, Emily, but I think you set me up.
Thank you, Steve. You know, there's a spot in there always for the superintendent. I know you're anxious to graduate, but I have a teachable moment too, and I wanted to seize it as well. First off, good evening to all of you that are here. And I can hardly remember my graduation in high school 40 decades ago or something like that. And I've attended lots of graduations since then. I only offer this one simple bit of advice for tonight to all of you that are here in the audience, as well as particularly those sitting before us in blue. This is a special time. Be in the now. I think your valedictorians and salutatorians talked about that. Be in the now. Don't be worried about what happens a little later this evening. Don't be worried about where your parents are sitting. Everything is fine. Just be concentrating on the moment. But right now, I know you feel a real sense of accomplishment. And a lot of you feel a real sense of grief, perhaps by leaving. And I know a lot about that is just normal. As you know, your parents, grandparents, all of us wake up every day with that kind of worry. Is it going to be a good day? What's going to happen when the phone rings? We're always relieved when things go well.
You know, program, most of you are here because you have terminated or completed a large coursework. I wish to just say that I greatly reflect on your class motto, saving the best for last. It was very difficult, however, knowing the many of you that are in here, of how you got to be the best for last. It was for many of you a lot of work, a lot of perseverance, a lot of support from your sisters, brothers, parents, grandparents, neighbors, and instructors throughout the district. I commend you all for where you are now. I look forward to seeing many of your names in the paper, not under the wall.
Anna Kate Ambrose. Kyle Chambers. Courtney Lynn Coleman. Adam Fisher. Jennifer Holstein. Alexander Paul Kyle. Brad Kleinjans. Anna McAllister. Andrew Taylor. Christina Wood. Emily Rowe.
Blow it, Emily. Dear Mr. Casey, the graduation caps that you have received were created with a die-cut paper punch that was purchased by Coeur d'Alene High School's class of 1999. Along with the graduation caps, we have also purchased the alphabet, a series of numbers, and other symbols. We invite the CHS faculty, staff, and administration to use this machine to enhance their classrooms and the school environment. What a great, great group of kids. Thank you.